Hello and welcome to Spirit Among Us. Sometimes as Christians in our walk in faith, we get this idea that we should be lone Christians. We get this idea that it's just me and God going through life together. And while God does tell us that the greatest commandment is to love Him, He also tells us that the second greatest commandment is to love each other. God calls us to a lifestyle of gathering in fellowship together. Hebrews chapter 10 verses 24 and 25. And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near. Our job in the church body is to build each other up. Paul says that we should figure out how to stir up one another to love and to do good works, not neglecting to meet together, but we should be encouraging each other. We should be lifting each other up. And I think the big thing that crushes the whole lone Christian idea is not neglecting to meet together. We are called to meet together with other believers, to have fellowship with each other, not just to say hi and say a nice word here and there, but to gather together, to meet and have fellowship. We need each other in order to encourage, but we also need each other for hard times in life. Galatians chapter 6 verse 2 says this, "Bear one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ." Not only do we need to encourage each other, to love and to do good works, but we are also called to bear each other's burdens. Life isn't always easy. And God knows that we don't always just need encouragement. We don't always just need to know how to love more or how to do more good works. Sometimes we need to walk with each other through pain and through heartache, through tragedy. It's our call as believers to walk with each other in those times. See, God doesn't just want us to be like trying to pour into each other and trying to encourage each other only. He wants us to establish friendships and bonds with other believers, other members of the church. We're all part of one body, and so we should all have this mindset of doing life together, of going through all of this together. If we're all one body, if we're all one church, then we're all going to the same place. We're all going to end up there, so let's help each other get there. So these are some of the responsibilities that are listed for us for what we should be doing when it comes to fellowship and when it comes to gathering together with believers. But as well as fulfilling these responsibilities in meeting together in fellowship, we're also told that there is great power when we meet together. Matthew chapter 18 verse 20. "For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am among them." Jesus tells us that when we pursue Him in fellowship, when we gather together in His name, as believers, as the church, He dwells among us and He is with us. So looking at all of these things, we can't have this idea that we can just do it on our own, or that we should do it on our own. We're called to love God above all else, but we are called to love each other, to pour into each other, and to live our lives together. We need fellowship, and we need each other. So sometime this next week, ask God to show you a time where you can be pursuing Him in fellowship, where you can get together with some other believers, one or multiple, where you can have time to build each other up. Ask God to show you a time this next week when you can pursue Him in fellowship. Thank you for watching, and God bless.